right. This is our third of 4 prospect
Right.
games today.
Bidoof's won both the first 2 games?
Yep. Yeah, if I recall last year, they won in dominating fast years again.
Yeah, when I looked at the rosters, I know the pitching staff on the
Hawaii
Deuce
grounds
was
out
just
into a double play
stacked.
to end the inning.
No, the pitching staff on the Rooks: Mookie Banks, Tyler Olis, Ryan Stryker, Ludwig Gretzinger.
That
Guy
was the
Walker.
Rooks?
That was the Rooks pitching staff
Wow.
last season.
So was it the... It must have been the Bidoofs that had a rough outing last season.
Bidoof said you, Matt Carbine, Randy Magnum, Anderson Pooper, Michael O'Dowd.
Do you have the scores for those games?
No. No, this is just the roster from the forum.
And Sydney swing with 2 outs, 3-1 count, flies up. Second baseman's able to grab it. They got Ben Waters playing second now. I just realized that he wasn't in his normal 3-hole. That's occupied by Eddie Spaghetti. Waters
I believe
goes down
he's-
swinging.
I believe he is a second baseman. He was just playing third base for the Swifties for some reason. I don't remember why.
They probably valued his fielding abilities over somebody else's.
Yeah.
Just 1 hit in 2 innings so far. Phil Blunt grounds out.
He
That
was
brings
playing
up
third
Dye.
base. He was playing third base because he wanted to get out of position experience. It was a pretty good reason to do it.
Yeah, that's smart. And Castro with a 2-out single. Baxter not able to field that one. And Chase Preza will ground into a fielder's choice to end the inning.
Yeah, I remember the last prospect game. There was a problem with the stream or the game where nobody could strike out, which I thought was pretty funny.
I'm just going to use that to blame my problem. I can remember if I had a short outing, it wasn't a bad time, but things very quickly exploded in my face after 2 innings. I don't
It's understandable. Very, very low stamina as a relief pitcher, even when you get it maxed out.
Especially out of the gate too. I think it starts at 10.
Right.
Bidoof's able to score here in the 3rd. Speedy Boy grounds out to end the inning. And Storm sends one up the middle. That's a leadoff single for him. That brings up Hawaii. And that one's hit high and deep to right field. That clears the wall. It's a home run for the switch hitting catcher.
Line drive bomb.
I think he was... I don't know if he realized that was a home run. He sprinted most of those bases. Once he rounded third, he slowed down a little bit. He might have got winded, but... Aiden Broderick now. I think that may have been Hawaii's first or maybe just his second hit of the series so far. Not a lot of hits from the Rooks.
No, they've already tied their amount that they had last game.
Yeah. They've been able to walk a lot.
Yeah, that's expected. Lots of walks, lots of errors.
Just some fun T-ball baseball.
Yeah, some high school ball right here. When in doubt, blame it on the field.
Yeah,
It grounds
tripping over
through.
mole holes. It's not because I
Mhm.
took the worst route to the ball. It's because there were some mole holes, and
Yeah, avoid the sprinkler system on the ground. There's a
Ben
bee in my
Waters
way.
pops out. That brings up Catacola Ketone.
The names, man.
I know they've got Catola Ketone and then Eddie Spaghetti back to back in the order.
Eddie Spaghetti, no relation to my friend Young Spaghetti in the NSFL. I don't believe. Maybe they might be cousins.
Austin Dye with a 1-out double. It goes all the way to the wall. And that brings up Castro. Sends one high, but not very deep into right field. That's caught by Duke Williams. Chase Preza will ground out to second to end the inning.
It looks like both Speed Demons, Chase Preza and Speedy Boy, having a lot of trouble getting it out of the infield.
Eventually they'll be fast enough where they won't need to, but until then, they're going to have to rely on walks or getting the
Yeah,
ball up and out of the infield.
when in doubt, go look at Kevin Biggio. Go look at what he's doing. Ziggy Coffee. He'll figure out how to build a Speed Demon that can get on base and then steal 80 bases.
I just want to point out before I forget that the Rook's pitcher's name is so long that not only does it run over the length of the player tab, but for whatever reason it appears to change fonts as well as it gets to his player's head area on the picture next to him. Hawaii able to reach on what I believe will be called an error, but is a victim of a double play ground out from Broderick. Duke Williams sends a rock to the first baseman, but Prez is able to field it cleanly and pick up the out. And Buchanan sends one to the right side of the infield. Neither can reach it, and he's aboard. Orlando Jackson sends one high, but shallow to left field, and it's caught without a problem by Swing. George McBash sends one up the middle for a leadoff base hit for the Rooks here in the 7th inning. He's going to steal second, and I think he's safe. Yep.
Deep
Swing
throw.
grounds out. Good hard throw from the shortstop. Blunt's going to pick up an RBI single here. Ooh, close play at home. I think he's safe. He will be called safe. And that allows Blunt to take second. Good base running by him. And Dye sends one to shallow right. That brings up Castro, who will ground out to end the inning. Rooks holding on to a 3-1 lead here with 2.5 innings of baseball left to play. Ben Waters leading things off for the Bidoofs here. That's going to be off the wall, and he's in with a double. That's going to the corner and left center. 1 run will score. He's going to stay at second. That's an RBI for Catone.
Bidoof's finally getting to the Lord Bubbington Cole Davenport.
And that one's hit to high center, but will be caught. Blunt's there to field it this time. That splits the right side of the infield for Duke Williams. A run will score, and we're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs, runners on first and second. And Speedy Boy with an opportunity to pick up some RBIs, but that won't leave the infield. We head to the
yes. Speaking of
top of the
Catone, I can't wait till his face gen gets put in the game.
Yeah, I saw a picture that he's going with the one that looks like someone who is like an actual Catman, right?
Yeah, it
looks like
I think it was a person from the Broadway play Cats. Hopefully that's in there by tomorrow. Is that when we're doing the next one? You're doing the next one?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if the face gens will be in for the tournament, but I imagine they'll be in well before the regular season starts, since we're just using an offline file for the prospect tournament.
Right.
And Davenport beans Buchanan to lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th. They pull him and bring out Jason Brown, who walks Jackson in several pitches.
Oh.
And they're not going to be able to pick up two. Ben Waters just slightly too quick. That's going to drop for a base hit. Buchanan goes home. Waters to third. Catone with another RBI. Spaghetti sends one to just about where Catone's was, but too much hang time as he
that
flies
throw from
out.
Broderick to third probably scared him from wanting to tag up.
And that'll clear the wall. That's a home run for Baxter. 3-run blast. Badoofs, for a moment, looked like they weren't going to completely destroy the hopes and dreams of the Rooks, but it looks like they're going to. And this time they do it from behind, which is even more heartbreaking.
Players coming out of retirement and raking. Yeah, Baxter had to retire due to a problem with eye surgery. This is his first game time back, and he's putting on a show.
Top of the 9th, do or die now for the Rooks.
Aaron Maxton still going.
Had 111 pitches before this batter. That'll make it at 115, and they pull him for Squiggly, who gives up a home run. No doubt about that one.
Man.
Blunt and Dye score on Dye's homer. That brings up Castro with 1 out. They're down by 1 now. I'm sorry, they're down by 2. Castro grounds out up the middle to the second baseman. Preza, full count, draws a walk. Wow, what plate discipline to be down with 2 outs and a full count and hold off. And Storm's going to send one to third baseman. That's the end of the game. Badoofs win game 3, 7-5.
Couldn't capitalize again. They got 9 hits. Reached on 2 errors.
They potentially had more base runners and still couldn't pull it off. Davenport did walk a lot, so that was part of their problem there towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Baxter, player of the game with his 3-run blast.
Austin Dye, high 200 TPE.